Good morning. Another nice cold day out here, but not as cold as it's been in the past. Actually, it's not. It's like 40 degrees outside, so we're not freezing, which is great. Um, but today we've got an arm day. I was gonna do legs today. That was the plan originally, but there's a good chance I might be able to do legs with one of the guys tomorrow who's been wanting to do some leg focused stuff. So I'm gonna pause on doing my leg day today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow and just do my arm day today to kind of give myself the ability to do that if that comes to fruition. And if not, it's honestly no harm, no foul. Um, rest and recovery will still be just fine for both arms and for legs by the time we hit the next workout after that, which should be a full day. Got some exercises planned. Might improvise a little bit. Might add a little bit of things here and there just to spice it up a little bit. Who knows? Um, but we're gonna crack off right off into it. We're just doing arms today. We're not doing a weak point. I'm feeling a little tired today. I think the cut is finally starting to settle in a little bit. I am down about 5 pounds, 4.5 pounds so far this first week, which is a lot. Um, we would expect about 2 pounds a week on average, but this first week for me tends usually always to be a little bit quicker than all the other ones. That just your body getting used to it, fluctuating, losing water weight. But there's a pretty darn good chance too that I may have been just under eating this week. It's very, 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 very possible. I don't expect, if I am under eating, any major changes next week with regards to what I am eating. Um, there could be a small calorie increase, who knows? But in my experience, it's usually after that second week that you really know whether or not you need more or less calories. We'll see what the week has for us, though. We'll finish this week out strong. Sunday, we'll finish the week out. We do our calorie counting Monday through Sunday. I just find it easier to count the weekend at the end of the week, basically. And we'll adjust from there. But until then, let's get right after this arm workout, get moving and grooving, and we're going to start with some skull crushers. See you there. All right, we're going to start off with some pretty light rope work just for warm up. I'm going to be doing the skull crushers, and I don't really want to warm up doing the skull crushers, if that makes sense. One, just from an ease of access standpoint, it's a lot more effort and work to load that bar up and get it slowly, incrementally heavier so that I can actually do a proper warm-up. And two, honestly, it's just a little bit of laziness. It's a lot more work than loading this up. And we're just trying to get the joints moving here. Trying to get everything fired up, the muscles moving, things cooperating, so to speak. But I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I'm not, I mentioned earlier I'm starting to feel the cut, but it's not like a bad, negative, detrimental, day-changing feeling. I think my body's just finally like getting to that point where it's like, okay, like we're in this now. We're starting to feel that daily caloric deficit, which is fine. It's not going to be, I just said it's not going to be detrimental, at least anytime soon. But I'm feeling a little tired, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's weird because I feel tired, but at the same time I also feel pretty awake, if that makes sense. It's a very difficult thing to explain. But overall, I would say the cut is progressing in the direction I need it to. I'm liking the way it's going so far. That first day was definitely the hardest, as I had mentioned, with just not having the best plan for how I was going to eat my meals that day. I had planned out what I was going to eat, but as this week has progressed on, it's definitely gotten a lot easier. I mean, you learn from that experience, right? No matter how many times you do this, you kind of get hit in the head with a stupid stick. I mean, like, what are you doing, you idiot? Just keep it simple. Do what you know you need to do, and you're going to be okay. And that's honestly where we've gotten. We're right back to doing what we know we need to do, doing what we do best, and it's working out really well, honestly. Okay, those feel pretty darn good. Bring this up just a little bit here. Wait. Okay, that's feeling nice. All right, I'm feeling like we're pretty set here. We're gonna move on over to the skull crushers and start cranking out some of those. All right, now, I know what you're thinking. The heck did you get an outfit that's all the same color like that? I have no idea. They are not from the same place, that's for sure. And I did not mean to wear them at the same time either. I look like a freaking mint chocolate candy right now, but whatever. We're gonna crack after this first set of skull crushers here. I I don't know if the weight's gonna be too much. So this first set we might take for some extra reps. Let me rephrase that. I don't know that this weight's gonna be enough. So we might take this set for some extra reps here. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Aiming for 10 to 12, but if we get more than that, so be it. All right. Not bad. There was 14 or 15. Kind of forgot, I'll be honest. We'll take it. And I forgot. I need to add my little towel to this bench here. I had to wash it. Let me go grab that. Now this towel is actually a yoga towel I've had for a number of years now. But it has served me particularly well in the gym. I sweat a lot, especially in the summer, not so much in the winter, when it's 51 degrees inside your gym. And it's got silicone beads on the bottom of it to stop it from sliding around, which are fantastic. So that's awesome, helps a lot. And I felt like I was sliding on this. This bench is from Dick's. It's fine, it's great, it's rated for a pretty good weight load, but it has never been great about grip. I've definitely used benches from other manufacturers, Rogue, Titan. I used a rep bench as well. Much grippier. This is like slick, honestly. And if I could replace the pads on this, I would. I think I looked into it at one point and the patterns wouldn't match up, the bolt patterns. So at some point I just need to bite the bullet and get a real professional bench. I would call this more like amateur, honestly. And it is my literal only complaint with that is that it is so slippery. You slide right off of the damn thing. So got to put this towel on there. Helps keep me from sliding. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I felt like even on this bottom pad being adjusted all the way up, I was sliding this way, and I had nothing to kind of grab onto here, so to speak. All right, another set. Let's do it. Oh, now that felt nice. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you could see it in the footage. I felt a lot more stable on that one just from this guy. I didn't feel like I was moving any direction really. So now I can put my full effort and focus towards the lift and making sure that I'm getting down, as deep as I can, which will really be till my hands hit this or the top of my head, one of the two. It's something that in the gym can be a huge, huge, huge problem if you're not paying attention to it and careful with it, which is the littlest things that are bugging you, taking your focus away, poking you in the weird way, can really affect your lift a lot. I have a bun in right now, and when I'm benching, I don't like doing that at all because that pressure on the back of my head, I lose that focus. So make the accommodations you need to perform the lift in the most optimal way possible, even if it means, I guess, taking the bun out of your hair. All right, last set. Oh boy. I almost threw in the towel there on rep number 10. That would have been a mistake, as I clearly had 2 more in me, but wow, that was freaking tough. So, really quick here, I was writing a note to myself that my left elbow needed a little bit more warm up than my right. It's feeling sore isn't the right word. Tight's not the right word either. It's not tender. It's just, it needs a little bit more before we can get into this heavy tricep stuff. It's definitely feeling a lot better already and a lot more warmed up. And I would wager that if we had done what we traditionally do, which is start with, on our arm day, we do 2 weak point exercises as well. If we had started with whatever those were going to be this week, most likely still chest, that by the time we got to these, my triceps would have been good and fired up. Elbows, they need a lot of movement to warm up, but not a lot of weight, I find, at least for me. So when I jump right into these and I start doing, 95 pounds or so? 105. When I start doing this kind of weight right out the gate, even with that warm up you saw me do on the cables and with the bands, it can still take it a little bit of time to get going. So being cognizant of that and making sure it doesn't become a problem every single time, and continuously improving. All right, let's go do some cable curls. All right, so that first set was, it felt fantastic. Very smooth, great controlled contractions. The weight, I almost lowered it this morning. I wanted to lower it to see if maybe I could get an even greater contraction. But I was like, no, let's start that a little bit heavier. Focus on that, and if we need to, we could just throw off one of the plates I had 2.5 there on the end on each side, so we could have thrown off just 5 pounds and done a lot more. But I kept it at 30. It felt fantastic, and now we bumped it up to 35. So we're going to keep it at 35. I think we're going to still be able to get that same contraction, but if we hit the end of a set and it's just like we're really grinding it out, like we're maybe not even getting full ROM, I'm going to throw a plate off, come back over, and just rep it out for that set to get to full failure. That's the plan, at least. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, that was perfect. My left side's typically weaker. Let's see if that holds true right now. All right, not much weaker. A little bit, but not much. That was great. Here we go. Last one. Last one. Okay. Woo-wee. All right, we needed to do that drop set there. That felt good. Let's try to repeat that on the left side. Oh boy. And get some work done. All right. Good set overall there. Good everything, honestly. Really got the biceps firing and moving, which was exactly what I was hoping for with that. With every exercise, why don't we not, you know? So they should be good and fired up for our last bicep exercise, but we're going to do some tricep work first. And we can really just focus on that squeeze. You don't need a heavy weight to do it, but focusing in on that squeeze there. So we're going to move on to some tricep work before we move on to that bicep work. Whew. Man, I've got the day off work today, but I am not off work. I am doing daddy daycare today. Our son has a daycare closed. His instructor, I guess she really is an instructor. His care provider is fantastic. She's a licensed teacher who just does daycare now out of her home, and we are very, very, very lucky to have found her. She's wonderful. She's taken the day to keep her teacher certification active and all the stuff she has to do for that. She's got a couple times a year she has to do that stuff, so I am very lucky to have the flexibility to be able to take that time off without worry. Well, I say without worry, but you know, we've got some big stuff going on at work, but it'll be okay. The ship won't sink without me. That's what I always tell everybody else. So I got to apply the same logic to myself. But I'm going to be with him all day. He is just over 1, and he's still at that point where you really can't do much with him. You can't really take him places. I mean, he likes looking at stuff, seeing things. He's so nosy but he's not really doing stuff yet, so you can't take him to like a children's museum or anything like that and have him experience something or enjoy something really. He's just kind of looking around, which is fine. So maybe we will go look around at some stuff today. He's really still at that point where you can't leave him alone for very long because you're just wondering, at what point is he going to try to unalive himself? Kids, they don't have any sense of danger. They don't have any sense of anything. So, he'll climb halfway up the stairs if you're not looking in 15 to 20 seconds. He's quick. He's quick on those things. So we got to, honestly, if I'm being honest, it's going to be a long day. Because you have to constantly be watching him. We've got baby gates set up and all that stuff. And he's honestly really great, which is kind of keeping himself occupied. But it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a lot of work, potentially more work than a normal work day would be. But we're out here nice and early, getting this workout in. My hope is that he'll go down for his nap around midday, and I can get in some cardio, which would be fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that episode yesterday. It was an interesting experiment, and I'm hoping to do a little bit more of that here in the future. Maybe with some video game footage if I can figure out the best way to connect all those dots without having to spend 20 hours on it. So yeah, we're going to crank the rest of this workout out. Still nice and early. Pretty quick workout overall, honestly, an arm day. We got 2 more arm exercises. We're going to hit abs as well. And I got a surprise exercise I'm still thinking about doing. I don't want to say it. You know what? I'm going to say it just to commit myself to doing it. When we're doing our bicep curls, we're also going to be doing some just holds, some static grip holds. So we'll load up. I've got these wooden balls that are I think they're actually for pull-ups. I use them for grip strength training though. They're great. They are fantastic. I believe 3.5 inches in diameter if I'm not mistaken. So nice and big. You can really get a good grip on them because they're wood, they're unfinished, and they're great for that stuff. So let's do our tricep work, knock that out, and then move over to biceps, grip training, and abs. I think my body's helping a little bit too much move that down. This is the weight I did last week, but I am going to reduce that weight by a little bit here, maybe by 10 pounds, and see if I can get a little bit less of my body helping push it down. All right, that was better, but I still think I'm moving too much. So I'm gonna take it down 10 more pounds. That'll bring us down to 70 total. And I'm just, if you got tips or any tricks that you have found for these press downs, I'm moving a lot. I don't know if it's a leverage thing or a center of gravity thing, but I think it's more the leverage, which I don't want to cheat on these. So I'm gonna take it down one more. We're close. That was definitely closer. And we'll see if that improves once more to be really where we want it. Oh, come on. That's it. Better. Definitely a lot better there. All right, we'll call that a win. We're going to make some notes in my notebook about that. Keep paying attention to it. And move over to some bicep work. Well, let's do some of these handholds here. Got to equip these guys. And we're going to be going for a minute of hold on these. I got to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a full minute. I have no idea. 40 pounds on each, not a ton, but again, a nice wide grip. I'll bring it closer just so you can kind of see this thing. It is literally a rough, unfinished wooden sphere, roughly the size of your palm. So it's pretty big. And when I do these, I like to really, I don't want to palm it, so to speak. I don't want to be wrapping my fingers around it like this. I like to really focus on gripping it with my hand. So, you're leaving that space there versus wrapping your fingers around it. So you kind of get a little bit more leverage with it. If we keep them a little higher, we're really focused in on that grip there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to aim for a minute. I have literally no idea if we're going to hit it. Got my timer set for 1:05 here so that I can get in position with those 5 seconds. And we're just going to see how long we can go. If I don't get to a minute, we're going to reduce the weight by however much, I don't know, probably 10 at a time at least, just to really, stay in that position as long as possible, squeezing those forearms. All right, let's get it. Oh boy. Okay, right grip, starting to slip a little bit here. Yep, okay. We're at about 37 seconds left here, 35 seconds. Come on, hold out for 30. Come on, hold out for 30. Okay. 30 seconds, 40 pounds. Not the end of the world there. We're going to go right into these now, right back into our bicep curls. Before we do that, though, I'm going to take this weight down. 10 pounds each. So we're going to go down to 30. See if we can do a better job next time of getting that full minute. It felt good. I just really want to, I'd like to go a little bit longer here. Let this timer run out. Okay, we're all set. Let's do it. All right. Okay, right back into it. Here we go. I would normally do these with hammer curls to really, really, really hammer the forearms, but that's not what was prescribed today. We're doing these just for funsies. Now, the funny thing about all these weights, these 1 pound weights, is when I first started this gym, there was a guy during COVID selling a bunch of weights on Amazon, on Facebook. He had a whole garage full of these freaking things. Definitely some kind of hoarder, not a hoarder. He was looking to make a quick flip. So he had a ton of these weights, and I bought them, and it had been, at that point, a couple weeks since I'd been to the gym. I've always been so bad with sizes. Oh my gosh, I stopped there. 39 seconds. I had always been really bad with sizes. I still am. How far something is from A to B, the distance between things, the width of things. I picked up his weights, and there was this thing in the back of my brain, and I was like, those aren't Olympic plates, right? That's a 1 inch hole. That's not a 2 inch hole. And I remember when I bought all of them, I was like, man, this guy doesn't have any 45s. It's crazy. So yeah, I had a bit of a smooth brain moment there. Bought all these plates, and they were really only good for dumbbells. They're not. I never had a barbell that could fit these plates. I have a standard 1 inch barbell thing that I hacked into a shoulder rock, and by hacked I mean I just took off the spiral twist end bit on the one end and made it just into one long, basically like a baseball bat handle. But Never used those for any kind of barbell stuff, all dumbbell stuff. But they have come in hugely to most of my workouts. I use these plates on just about everything I do, and I can obviously use them on these dumbbells now. So they were not at all a waste of money, and I got a really freaking good deal on them. I want to say they were like, at the time, like 25 cents or 50 cents a pound, like super cheap, probably 25 cents. All right, here we go, last one. All right, guys. Another good workout. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a good day ahead of you. This has been a fun one. Didn't take any pre-workout this morning. Just thought I'd come out here and crush this without it. Didn't think I needed it for arm day, you know. So thanks for checking in. Thanks for staying tuned. I'm curious what your favorite arm exercises are. I've certainly got mine, and I've grown to really love them over time, but I still throw in some new stuff from time to time. So let me know what your favorite bicep, tricep, forearm exercises are. I'd love to give them a try. Now, don't give me an excuse to go buy more gym equipment. Don't you dare. But I will probably make do with what I've got for most of that stuff. We're going to wrap up one more set of these here. Do a little bit of cleaning up, sweeping, and cleaning the floor. And then we're going to go get our day started. Have a good rest of your day. See you soon.